this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Hi guys, I'm at the Gfinity StarCraft Spring Masters here, and I'm joined, thank you very much, by Robert Ohlen, who of course is now the creative director at Gfinity. A lot of people in the esports scene already know you, of course, but for those of you that don't, do you want to give us a brief introduction of yourself, or specifically what you're doing now here in London?
It's two questions in one, man. That's difficult.
It is. A second coffee is coming.
I used to be the CEO of DreamHack from 2006 up until last year. But since March 1st, I'm here, as you said, as creative director of Gfinity. That means I'm in charge of bunting at Christmas parties and other stuff as well.
And how are you finding the move from Sweden to London so far?
Mixed. Beer's cheaper, less snow, but rent is quite a bit higher than in Stockholm.
You're the first person in a long time I've seen who's moved to London and said, it's great that the beer is cheaper. I've been here 11 years. I'm not sure I've ever heard someone say that.
Well, you know, Sweden, taxes, man. It is pretty expensive, living expenses. Yeah. I mean, food here is cheap. Women are loose. And yeah, good.
Tactical no comment. Now, of course, you're here at the StarCraft event this weekend, but what's cool about the takeover that we've got here is it's not just StarCraft. Every weekend we have a different esports event on for basically the rest of the year as well. Talk to us a little bit about where you see this going and what the idea behind taking over such a central London location is for this kind of esports event, because it's not something that happens every day.
Well, it actually does here, or at least every weekend, almost. We have 24 weekends in total, I think, up until the end of September, early October. And it's, as you said, it's StarCraft 2 this weekend. Last weekend it was Counter-Strike Go, and we do Call of Duty, FIFA, Hearthstone. Have I missed any? I got everybody. Yeah. So basically, there's something for everybody, every weekend almost, and I mean, the idea is, instead of being a traveling roadshow, as most others are, we're going to be the mountain, and Mohammed can come to us instead. So the idea is to create a hub here in London, and London is, you know, easily accessible for basically everybody. You know, as far as Antarctica, there's probably a direct flight for penguins as well. So, and we're in central London here in Fulham, so it's nice. Yeah. I think the future's bright, and we need to wear shades.
I think we've already had summer. We've had our 3 allotted days of warm weather in January, and then that's it. That's like England for the rest of the year out now. We're just going to continue freezing.
Yeah, I thought it was summer, actually, as a Swede.
Yeah, of course. You come from Sweden. I come from Hong Kong. We should probably like pack appropriately when we visit.
Yeah, me just my G-string. If I go to Hong Kong, probably, because it's too hot and humid.
There are images that we're not allowed to show on camera, obviously, from before the second coffee here. But so StarCraft today and tomorrow, of course, the group stages are today. The knockout stages are tomorrow. Are there any players in particular that you'd quite like to go on and make a deep run through the tournament? Is there anyone you're supporting here?
Two. You know, Jaedong. I always like Jaedong, and Snoot for purely biased racial reasons. He's half Swedish since he's Norwegian.
I didn't say that.
I did.
So, actually, you know what? Both of them, they've made really good runs through tournaments many times in their careers. Jaedong, I don't even need to start listing. And Snoot, of course, back at G3 as well, also in London, made a barnstorming run through as well. And, of course, on that occasion, we had some upsets. I remember famously interviewing MC where he said, oh, yeah, me versus Hyun in the semi-final is the real final. And whoever goes on to play in the final will just stomp whoever they meet. And, of course, Bunny then went on to win the entire thing. Yeah. So there is hope.
There's always hope. The great white hope.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it, Robert. And yeah, we'll be back for more from Gfinity StarCraft Masters a little bit later.
Come down to Gfinity Arena in Fulham. It's great. You shouldn't miss it if you live in England or London or Europe or planet Earth.
And the after party as well.
Yes, this weekend it's at Meltdown.
Yeah, tomorrow evening. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you there. Hopefully you can come down and join us. Catch you in a bit.